Hello, gorgeous people. How are you? Welcome to Friday. Today I'm talking about how to get shit hot. I talked about it before, about getting shit hot, and today I'm going to talk about how you get shit hot. Talk all about it on the other side. So what does it mean to be shit hot? What does it mean to get yourself into that place? Well, it's all about mind, body and spirit. Okay, mind, body and spirit. If you want to talk about it in more 3D terms, it's going to be the physical, mental, emotional and spiritual. Okay, but the emotional is very important. In fact, what I would say is that the emotional is number one priority. However, they're all linked, they're all together. So, getting shit hot physically, what does that mean? It truly means that you need to sort yourself out physically. If you don't feel that you are at your optimum, if you don't feel that you are at the very best that you can be, then you need to make a plan. You need to sort out what's happening in your life. Okay? Why? Because when the physical is depressed, and I mean depressed as in the energetic vibration of the physical is depressed, you try and get into a great spiritual place. You can't do it. Or you can, but it's just not that easy. When the body isn't functioning right, then nothing's going to function right for you. So that's very important. So how do you get shit hot physically? Well, you need to look at what you're stuffing in your face. Number one, right? We are what we eat. Everything that we eat has a vibrational signature. Everything. So if you eat stuff that's dead, that's a vibrational signature that you are going to ingest. It's very simple. I always look at things like this in very simplistic terms. All right, because it gets very complicated. The more complicated they get, the harder they are to follow. What are you putting in your mouth? Is it alive or is it dead? Yeah. If it's alive, you're on the right track. If it's dead, if it's mostly dead, you're not on the right track. Okay? Our body, we are living. If we put living things into our body, I'm not talking about eating animals alive. We'll leave that to the Chinese. Okay? I'm talking about eating things that have living vibration. Vegetables, fruit, all of the things that nature gives us. Okay? Now, I'm not condoning that you don't eat meat. I eat fish every day. Okay? But what I'm saying is, look at the percentage. On your plate, you should have at least half of what you have on your plate alive. Alive-o. And I'm talking about not cooked. All right? Some things that you can eat that are alive, that haven't been touched. All right? And obviously, the more that you eat things that actually haven't had a process to them, the better you are. All right? And remember, we're living in a world of baddies. Everything that man touches becomes tainted, damaged, and perverted. Okay? So if you can have stuff that hasn't been tainted, damaged, and perverted, your body's going to really appreciate it. Okay? So, what we eat, what we drink. Remember, water goes through a process. When it comes out your tap, do not think that that's good for you, because it's gone through a process and it's had so much horrible stuff added to it. So make sure that you drink clean water. Just drink clean water. And don't think that bottled water is clean, because it isn't. I've tested it. It's horrific. And sometimes bottled water is dirtier than tap water. So I'm talking about filtering your water. Just make sure that what you drink is of good quality. Okay? So that's your body. Do some exercise. Don't try and control everything in your body without doing exercise. Some people try and control the weight without doing exercise. This is a big error, because you're fiddling with your metabolic rate and you can mess it up. If you want to control your weight through what you eat, and also make sure you do exercise. And exercise, I'm talking about sweating, Do something that makes you sweat, and do it a couple of times as a minimum a week. Right? That's just what you have to do. Right? That'll get your body in form. These days, why do we need to be shit hot physically? Because we're in a war. We're in a war. We are soldiers. Right? It's a spiritual war, but we're still soldiers, and we're still living in the 3D, and we need to be on top form. We need to be. So don't think that that'll all get sorted. It'll all get sorted when we move into the age of the golden age, and do it now. Sort it now. Don't wait. Emotionally, we are like a car. This is a vehicle. This is our vehicle. If you buy a car and you leave it outside for 3 years without moving it, when you go and try and start it, it won't start. All the brakes will be seized on. The engine will be seized. Why? Because you've got to move stuff. But also you've got to service stuff too. You wouldn't dream of driving a car for 5 years, 10 years without putting it into the garage for a service. Nor are we embarrassed about saying, oh, I put my car in for a service. Yeah, I put my car in for a service. Nobody says, really? Oh, you've had to service your car? Oh, dear me, why? What's the problem? People go, oh yeah, of course. But then going to see somebody to help us with our emotional issues, sometimes we get a bit embarrassed about that. Our emotional body is just as vital as any other body. If we keep it in balance, we can be fine. So go and see somebody who can help you to balance out your emotions. How do you know if you need balancing? Well, just look at your life. Is everything perfect in your life? Look at your relationships. Is everything perfect in your relationships? Look at your thought processes. Is everything perfect in your thought processes? If it is, you probably don't need any help. However, if it's not going exactly the way you want it to, then you probably need some help. There's nothing wrong with help. It's a service for your vehicle. Get yourself serviced. Get your emotions balanced. Get the emotions expressed that you've been locking away inside of you for so long. There's tons of techniques. In fact, I'm working with a group of beautiful therapists, and we're all working to create a team of people who can help you to balance out your emotions. Balance yourself out. Okay? And then maybe balance yourself out spiritually too. So don't ever feel shy about saying, hey, I want to get balanced. Get yourself shit hot. Even if you feel like you're okay, you still need a service. There's nothing wrong with every 6 months just going to see somebody and saying, can you sort me out? Let's just find out if I've got anything that needs sorting out. That's what a mechanic does. Just check the car over and just see if everything's all right. That's what we need to do. Right? And then spiritually, getting shit hot, and obviously mentally ties in with the therapy. Well, I'll talk about mentally first. Mentally, look, how we think creates. How we think changes who we are. If we are thinking positively, then we will be positive. If we are thinking negatively, then we will be negative, and we will see negativity. It's the cup half full or half empty, right? If you find that you're a negative person, then that's what you need to work on. You must get rid of that. And how you do that is overriding the programs. So if you were the person that says, somebody says to you, so how are you? And you say, well, I'm not too bad. Yeah? No good. That's the crap answer. That's a crap answer. That's a shit answer. The answer is, I'm really good. Oh, I'm good. I'm fantastic. I'm feeling really well. I'm top of the pops, thank you. I feel on fire. That's the right answer. I'm not too bad. Why is that the wrong answer? Well, what you're saying is, I'm bad. I'm just not too bad. But I'm bad. Crap answer. We get trained to speak this way. We get shown how to speak this way. Okay? So, how we think about ourselves is very important. When anybody comes to me, I check to find out what they think about themselves. And often they get a big surprise. Often they get very, very disappointed with themselves because they realize they don't really like themselves very much. That needs to be sorted. Go and get your service with a therapist, but an alternative one. Don't go to mainstream. Don't go because they'll just give you tablets and talk to you and charge you a lot of money. No, go and see somebody who can actually help you. And then spiritually. Spiritually is really, really important these days. We all need spiritual balance. But we don't need a religion. We just need some beliefs. Find your beliefs. Even if they're temporary ones that you're going to piggyback off and to find your next beliefs. Get some beliefs. And these are spiritual beliefs. I believe in reincarnation. I believe in I'm going to go to heaven after this. I believe in God. I believe it. Get some beliefs. Even if they're not God linked but universe linked or universal energy, doesn't matter. Get your belief, right? And believe it. Remember, it has nothing to do with the truth. Beliefs have no relationship to the truth. They're just your beliefs. And find beliefs that make you happy. A belief. Well, I believe that there's no God and this is all going to end badly and we're just going to end up, that's it. Once we're gone, we're gone. Right. Does that make you happy? If that makes you happy, keep it. If it doesn't make you happy, change the fucker. All right. Do not have beliefs that make you unhappy. What is the point of that? Especially that when you know that beliefs have nothing to do with the truth. Find some happy beliefs. Make yourself happy. Spiritually. It's taken me 57 years to find my beliefs that I have, and I have a feeling that I'm going to change a lot of them. But for the moment, my beliefs make me very happy. I'm very comfortable with what I believe. But it's taken me a while. Start building these beliefs. Start building your process of finding out what it is that you believe, and don't think that it has to be the same as anybody else. I've talked to zillions of people and everyone's got different beliefs. That's fine. That's fine. Because they've got nothing to do with the truth. They're just things that we use that help us to live our life happily. That's what we want. Okay? So that's how you get yourself shit hot. It's a job. It's a work in progress. None of us can say, oh, I've found the panacea, I've arrived. No, because we all have stuff. Just the other day, I was given, fortunately, somebody in one of the courses, Vicky Cook, hello Vicky gave me a session where I was able to go back and resolve something in the past, and I cried my eyes out. I was crying my eyes out. Why? Because it needed to be sorted, and afterwards I thought, thank God I've got that sorted. We're all in need of sorting out. We all need to be constantly doing stuff to keep ourselves on shit hot. Remember the fall of the empire? Shit hot is only shit hot as long as you maintain it. It's a job. Right? If you get shit hot and then do nout, you lose your shit hotness. And we can't afford to lose our shit hotness these days. We need to be top dollar because we've got a lot of work to do. Okay? And the more top dollar you are, the happier you feel and the more you can cope with what's going on. And we need coping mechanisms. All right? So there you are. I'll leave that with you. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. I love you all.